Welcome to Huntsman Surface Sciences UK Limited, Whitehaven. We're part of the Huntsman Corporation, the world's largest privately held chemical company. The Huntsman Corporation is committed to achieving excellence in environmental, health and safety protection. We subscribe to the principles of responsible care to operate safe, clean and efficient facilities in an environmentally and socially responsible manner. We occupy this site with our neighbours, Rhodia, who operate to the same high standards. Our business is producing chemicals, and over the next few minutes we want to make you aware of the potential hazards associated with working on this site. We work on the basis that you know your business, but ours may be unfamiliar to you and will therefore affect the way you work or behave. This site handles and produces chemicals which have specific and special hazards. However, the risks are minimized through compliance with our safety systems and control procedures. Here, we'll explain what you should do to comply with these procedures. Please pay attention to what follows, as we want you to leave the site each day just as you arrived, in good health. Remember that activities carried out on this site present a variety of hazards. However, through compliance with our safe systems, the risks are kept minimal. Following this short video, your engaging engineer or manager will speak to you in more detail on how they expect you to work on site. Okay, now let's look at the important factors that affect your working day on site. You should park your vehicle in the Huntsman car park and enter and leave the site on foot through one of the turnstiles. If you wish to bring equipment or materials onto the site, you will be able to do so, but only with the express permission of your engaging engineer or manager, who will arrange this with the security department. If necessary, your vehicle will be authorized for entry. You will be given a pass which is valid for the date stated on it. If your pass expires, you must obtain another one. In addition, you must display a vehicle pass in your windscreen, which signifies to others that your vehicle is authorized for entry onto site. If you bring your vehicle on site, please drive carefully and observe the speed limit of 10 miles per hour. Adhere to the one-way systems. Look out for other traffic, such as forklift trucks and tankers. Park your vehicle on the area indicated by security or by your engaging engineer or manager. Your vehicle is only to be used if needed to complete your work and is not for transportation of people around the site, for example, to the canteen area. Transport should never be overloaded in any way. On entering or leaving the site, you or your vehicle may be subjected to a routine security search. This is perfectly normal and nothing to worry about. You will need to obtain a proximity card. This must be used each time you enter and leave the site, even if you're using a vehicle. Only you may use the card issued, and this enables us to know exactly who is present on site, should there be an emergency. On arrival at the site, your engaging engineer or manager is informed of your presence and will collect you in order to direct you to your workplace. The appropriate safety induction will also be arranged for you. At the end of each working day, you must leave the workplace clean and tidy. You will leave the site at one of the turnstiles and follow any other instructions received. Due to the nature of our business, there are minimum levels of protective clothing that must be worn when inside the factory. These are hard hat, safety spectacles, safety shoes with reinforced toe caps, overalls, lab coat, or suitable outdoor coat. I stress that these are the minimum requirements. You're responsible for providing these and ensuring that they are worn. You will be advised on any additional protective clothing that may be necessary for the specific jobs that you have to do. These might include items such as acid-resistant suit, goggles, visor, PVC gloves or gauntlets, breathing apparatus. Special clothing will be provided by Huntsman unless other arrangements have been made. Specifying the appropriate clothing is essential, but it will only be effective if you wear it correctly. Injuries such as these can result from failure to do so. Bare skin is an open invitation for injury, so button up overalls and keep sleeves rolled down, even in summer when the weather may be very warm. Splashes, leaks, and contamination can come from unexpected sources. Treat all liquids and substances with respect. It's your responsibility to protect yourself by wearing the appropriate protective equipment correctly. In the event of any accident, however minor, you must report this to the medical centre, where you will be treated. The medical centre is sited at the north end of the engineering stores and is open from 08:30 to 1700 hours, Monday to Friday. Outside of these times, report to the first aid room, which is situated at the main entrance, Solway. An accident report form will be completed and an investigation initiated to determine the causes. You must inform your supervisor on site and report the accident to your own company when you return to your base. The medical centre is also available should you have any minor ailments whilst you're on site, such as a cough, headache, sore throat, and so on. There is also a vending machine at the Solway main entrance, where medicines such as paracetamol may be purchased. In the event of a serious accident, incident, or medical emergency, the emergency telephone number is 222. It's particularly important that you use 222. Do not ring the medical centre on its normal internal telephone number. It may not be answered straight away. Explain where you are and what has happened. We have procedures on site to deal with situations such as personal injury, release of chemicals, fire, etc. The main points that you should know are as follows. Every industry is under threat of fire. Here at Whitehaven, strict procedures are in place to prevent a fire situation developing. Each area has a local emergency plan. There are lots of different alarms on the production units, but the fire alarm sounds like this. Or this. On hearing the alarm, make your work safe, leave the building, and go to the nearest fire assembly point, which you should know. Stay there until a Huntsman representative gives you further instructions. Do not leave the site, unless told to do so. Should there be a fire in an office building, the office fire alarm will sound. If you hear this alarm, again leave the building and go to the nearest fire assembly point. Stay there until a Huntsman representative gives you further instructions. It goes without saying that fire exits and emergency routes should not be blocked or obstructed. Equipment, tools, or cables may be clearly seen in normal circumstances, but add smoke and fire, and in the confusion, small obstacles can make the difference between an easy exit or a trapped person. What if you discover a fire? Throughout the site, there are fire alarm call points. Break the glass to sound the alarm and leave the building by the nearest escape route. The location of the fire alarm will appear on the zone screen at the Solway main entrance. When in a safe location, go to the nearest telephone and dial 222. This gives you a direct line to the Solway main entrance and allows for more details to be taken, that is, the exact location and nature of the fire. Make sure you then report to the nearest fire assembly point. Stay there until a Huntsman representative gives you further instructions. Do not leave the site unless told to do so. Fire and emergency alarms are tested every Wednesday morning between 8 a.m. and 12 midday. Each alarm is sounded for approximately 15 to 20 seconds and may be ignored. However, should the alarm be continuous, then you must follow the emergency procedures. Finally, on the subject of fire, smoking is only allowed in limited designated areas. Your engaging supervisor or manager will tell you about these. The carrying of lighters and matches on-site is prohibited. On-site, we have areas classified as fire danger areas, where all potential ignition sources are prohibited. These include non-intrinsically safe equipment, such as battery-operated key fobs, torches, mobile phones, cameras, etc. Smoking in non-smoking areas could have very serious consequences. It is important all warning signs are obeyed. All tasks carried out by engineering contractors on the Whitehaven site must have a permit to work. This is a company requirement. You will be given specific permit to work training before being allowed to undertake any task on site. There are some other points for you to note. Lunch is available in the canteen between 1200 hours and 1400 hours. Personal hygiene is important. Some chemicals handled on site may cause irritation if there is prolonged contact with skin, or cause side effects if they're ingested. Always wash before eating or drinking. Eat and drink only in designated areas and never in the production areas. Mobile phones are only permitted in office areas and are prohibited from use on site. Pay attention to any warning signs that you see. They're there for good reason, although this may not always be obvious to you. Our contract scaffolders use the scaff tag system. Scaffolds should always be fully boarded out, with toe boards and handrails. They should have good, secure access. If the scaffold you're about to use does not have a tag or is showing prohibition of use, do not use it. Safety showers are located throughout the production units. These should be used if you're contaminated with any chemical. Quick action here can prevent serious injury. Stay under the shower until you're sure that all the chemical has been washed away. Remove any contaminated clothing. Report to the medical center or first aid room immediately. Splashes to the skin with chemicals can also be washed off at a sink or other convenient location. Remove any contaminated clothing and report to the medical center or first aid room. Again, quick action can prevent serious injury. You must report any chemical spills to your supervisor or relevant production manager so that the correct action can be taken to minimize and eliminate risk. Also situated throughout the production units are eye wash bottles. They're used to flush chemicals or foreign bodies from the eyes. The top is removed by twisting, and then the whole contents are gently flushed over the eye. Washing should continue for 15 minutes, followed by a visit to the medical center or first aid room. If you're working in a remote location, take one with you. Report the use of any eye wash bottle to your supervisor or relevant production manager or medical center in order for it to be replaced. Once an eye wash bottle seal is broken, any unused solution should be discarded. Some of the safety showers have eye wash stations, which can be used instead of eye wash bottles. Alternatively, a sink could also be used. Do not misuse equipment. For example, do not stand on drums or pallets. Do not prop doors open with fire extinguishers. Pay attention to the site safety rules and procedures in the information given to you. Huntsman Surface Sciences are committed to protecting the environment. You must report any chemical spills to your supervisor or relevant manager. The site has well-established procedures for dealing with chemical spills. Prompt reporting enables corrective actions to be immediately implemented. Whitehaven site is rightly proud of its safety and environmental record. But accidents and incidents have happened. Never get complacent, thinking the rules and procedures protect you. You are the person mainly responsible for your own safety. With your help and support, we can work together to ensure this site is both safe and accident-free at all times. Please, go about your business safely. Our vision is to finish each day accident-free.